Diamond hearts and morphin' might, it's the Tokustroyer bringing justice right. Belts, explosions, masks that gleam, Tokusatsu is more than a dream. From heroes bold to villains wild, he rides the storm with a fanboy smile. If there's henshin hype or kaiju thrills, this Toku rep will react with chills.
Hello YouTube, the Tokustroyer here. And if you saw my stream yesterday, with the whole Power Ranger ranking of the theme songs, then you would know that it's finally time to get back to Kyuranger. I just double-checked the videos of the previous episodes that are on the channel so far, and my goodness, you people love Kyuranger. I did not expect the videos to be as big as they are. As of recording episode 6, this one, the first episode video has over 1,000 views. Thank you. I don't know what else to say. So we're on episode 6, first episode of the year for anything Toku related on my channel. That's what I'm here for. And last I remember, we got all 9 Kyurangers. We should be all set, right? Of course we're not. When it comes to Sentai and stuff like this, I kind of have a feeling I know that there's not just 9 Kyurangers. It's kind of a flagship for a certain record, and so I already know that. But it surprises me that we're already at 9 so early in the show. So I'm hoping that we're going to get a lot of good storytelling with our cast. But man, it's been a while. I hope I remember who everybody is. I know Lucky. It's a great name for a Red Sentai, Red Ranger. But in any case, let's just jump right on into episode 6 and see where Kyuranger takes us from here. As always, next time you see me, you'll be the post-episode discussion. And cut. Alrighty, post-episode discussion time. Wow, I didn't know I needed that episode until I watched it. That was the right amount of energy to bring me back to Kyuranger after a while. Especially considering how heavy the last episode was for Stinger and for like that entire mini plot. To go from that to a basic Sentai filler episode is what I'm going to call that. Because it's basically the same kind of lesson you would think a Power Rangers episode would do more, but Sentai has to do them too. Where do you think, the inspiration for some of those concepts comes from? We have to remember some episodes are just like that. But this one was a good example of it because it did more than just hammer home a corny message about teamwork. For one thing, it was a dance battle. And like dance practice. And they were actually dancing to the ending theme. So getting to hear that song multiple times in an episode was something I was not expecting. You know what else I wasn't expecting? One of those early power-ups in the series to be sentient? Huh? First I saw Q Pegasus and I'm thinking, that's a cool one-episode power-up that's going to be forgotten because the way Sentai does this is early power-ups, middle ones, final forms. I'm a Rider fan, I know this. But this is Sentai. I didn't expect them to actually have... Because Sentai usually only does like 1 or 2 for like a single character most of the time. Like this isn't Maji Ranger, this isn't Go Sager. It's usually just like a battleizer thing. But we get a sentient Pegasus chess piece. And I find that to be so hilarious. You know what else I find hilarious? The Q Gamble segment. I don't know if I brought it up before. Them playing pool to send the Q Thomas down. The humor in this show is on point. But I'm surprised we got character development for Hammy. In an episode that felt like it was just a moral episode, we got actual character building. You can't just write this whole episode off. We got something for Hammy. We got backstory. She came from a shinobi family. That's why her call sign is the Shinobi Star. Kyuranger Green. Chameleon Green or whatever. It had kind of bugged at me for a while. I was pondering, why is it shinobi? What does that have to do with a chameleon? Or the color green? But then I get the episode and I'm like, oh, I did not see that coming in what felt like a filler episode. Now, it's no X-Aid Christmas special or anything, but it's definitely a surprise. You don't expect it in an episode that has a giant dance battle situation. You're dancing to the ending theme halfway through the episode before we get to it. So that's a welcome surprise. But I laughed hysterically the whole episode. I felt it was so much fun. The villain of the week is the most interesting monster design I've seen in Sentai in a long while. And Stinger actually got something to do with this episode after all. Because he didn't want to have to do dance practice. He's better than that. He runs into two generals that were probably sent to kill him. And he actually thinks they're going to be a problem. What were they? Madoka and Ikaguen? One of their designs is cool. I don't particularly care for Madoka's design, but I like Ikaguen. If most of these monsters were used for Cosmic Fury, because you may as well use Kyuranger footage, that's what they did. I'm trying to remember, though, if they made original monsters for Cosmic Fury, but I hope they did use some Kyuranger monster designs. A lot of them could be like menacing things. I'm just saying. Then again, this is the season that decided for their final villain suit-wise that Dino Fury would pull a Tokustroyer villain. I was quite shocked about that, too. But for this episode, what a nice slice of life, change of pace. It didn't feel like it had to carry the heavy stakes and revelation that the last episode did, which was the Stinger episode. So, that was fun. I can't wait to get into the next one. So thank you all so much for watching. Hope you liked it. Hit the like button, subscribe, share the video with a friend. Make sure you join the Patreon. I was told to let you all know you need to make sure you have your notifications on for Patreon. Because when we do our live stuff on Patreon, we don't have many ways of letting you all know. So make sure you get those notifications. You won't want to miss those streams. But of course, keep your notifications on because as always, I will see you in the next one. Goodbye.